and welcome back to another episode of the MindSets Podcast. Today is a little bit different. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, you'll see that we actually have the setup of me and Charles sat next to each other, and that is because we have a guest today. We are joined by the Diet Starts Monday podcast host, Roscoe.
Hi.
Hello, how are you? How's it going?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm
Good.
keen.
We're excited. We're excited to introduce you to our way of podcasting, where you have to give a little bit at the risk of getting got back.
No, that's fine.
But no, it's good to have you here. Before we dive into more about you and what you get up to over on your podcast and in your life, we're going to do a quick run through on some things. We have an update, quite a big update. I know for you and I, Charles, this is quite a big thing, but a world record was broken recently.
Uh-oh.
The beer mile world record was broken. Do you know what time it was?
Put him on the spot.
4:07 or something like that. Someone told me the other day.
Do you know it?
I can't remember now.
Okay, it was 4:27.3.
You got the 7 right.
Which is insane. 4:07 would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
That would be doping. But yeah,
I think they're doping anyway.
4:27.3. Yeah, I think us three here should do one.
Should we we should host the beer mile.
Yeah. Okay. Battersea Park tomorrow.
Bring your own beer.
The weather's going to be great. So that's one update that's been broken. The next update is, I don't know if you've seen this. We've gone viral
I did see this.
for all the wrong reasons.
Oh.
In theory.
I never realized how passionate people were on social media with Formula One.
It's not people. It's Max Verstappen fans.
Right. Yes.
So all of them, for those unaware, we've posted a video from the last podcast that has got a lot of views from the Formula One movie, and rage bait seems to be the thing that does really well. So there's a lot of people going back and forth. In fact, there is a conversation which I was very tempted to read out on the podcast between two men who are claiming to be older than each other.
Were they having a go at each other?
They are having a go at each other at this point. And honestly, everyone that's putting in hate telling me that I should stop doing content I'm just thanking them for the engagement and moving on. And it's fantastic because it's more comments, more views. It's great. So I'm keeping my eye on that, and maybe we'll have an update if these two keep going for the next 2 weeks. Where they choose to get to and who actually is older is what we will find
The
out.
comment section is a crazy place.
It's great. And do you know what? This is something that's useful for both the MindSets podcast and the Diet Starts Monday podcast. Any content that you see now, you can repost on Instagram. So you can retweet it. So if you guys are listening to this and you think, what can I do to help out the podcast? Not only could you subscribe at mindsets_podcast on YouTube, you could also follow, same for Diet Starts Monday podcast. What's the full app?
Diet Starts Monday _pod.
Perfect. You can repost stuff. So now you can force it upon your friends to like the same things as you. That's a good move to do. The last update that I've got is I've discovered a phenomenon. Last week, I was in Copenhagen at the Ironman. Roscoe, you're more from the triathlon space. Are you aware of the Ironman walk?
Walk.
The Ironman walk.
Is that like the walk of death when people hit the wall?
It's almost like that. It's the day after. The DOMs, if you're in a city, the DOMs around, people are just walking and they walk extremely strangely, but you don't notice it at first. If you know that someone, or if you know you're in the city where someone has just done an Ironman, the walking that's going on is extremely odd.
It must be quite funny because it's like a heavily populated small town of triathletes that have just finished the Ironman the day before.
Exactly that. So you've got that going on, but then you've just got multiple people that at first you're like, cool, they're just walking around all these little sites. But then you actually see them walking and they're just being incredibly bizarre. And then you realize, oh, it's actually because they've, killed themselves the day before.
Yeah, the dons are pretty real.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't done a full one, but yeah.
Well, let's talk about you. Now, on the podcast, what we do with guests is we don't let you talk about you straight away. What we do is we force you to do show and tell.
Yeah.
So you've brought something. Charles and I don't know what this is. We're going to quiz you about it.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
So yeah, basically, I wanted to bring something that I think you had never seen before. It's not sport orientated, despite both podcasts being sport orientated. Can I put the mic down?
Of course you can. Or do you want me to hold it for you?
Yeah.
Okay. We're also, sorry.
We've got the podcast guest.
We've got
the second
We
guest.
have a second guest. If you're watching on YouTube, you might be able to see that there's the occasional dog that comes in. This is pod dog Theo, who's joining us. So he's not going to get in the way.
You can hold this for the hour. But basically, it's a shell that I've gotten here that you can't find in the United Kingdom. It's only found in South Africa. And half my family live in a place called Plettenberg Bay, which is a beautiful beach and town along the west coast of South Africa. And basically, these are quite rare. And we were walking along the beach. They wash up with the sea, and only a few people can find them with, like, if you got a good eye. So I thought I'd bring the one that we found. They're super delicate and small, but it's actually a skeleton on a sea urchin.
Oh, wow.
But like this thing is like
Oh, wow.
crazy, beautiful, and unique. And that's come all the way from Pietermaritzburg Bay, Western Cape, South Africa. And half my family actually live there. So it's like a memorabilia piece.
That's very nice.
That is actually really nice.
That's really cool.
Are the two slits in there for...
Those are the eyes. So it's actually a skeleton of the sea urchin animal.
The slits of the eyes.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That looks like a Pokemon.
It does.
It's cool, eh?
I was going to say, I thought, I was genuinely wondering if that was like for a medal.
No, and to find one that's fully formed like that and not snapped off
Yeah.
the sea, like crap, like, crashing, it's like pretty rare.
Do they, where did you say this was from, sorry?
So Pietermaritzburg Bay is like a town on the west coast of South Africa.
Do they do any sporting events there that they should be giving out medals of? Because they've got the design done.
100%.
That would be an amazing medal.
That would be
They
sick.
don't. It's quite a small, quiet town, but they should. I'm actually going to suggest that.
Host it. We'll do the beer mile there, and you'll get one of those as a medal.
I don't know if you like so it's called a pansy shell, but it's actually a skeleton.
That's really cool. That's genuinely up there with one of the coolest things.
Yeah, for sure.
Before Roscoe came on, so it is genuinely a rule that we're not allowed to know what someone has brought on. So all he said was, it's kind of cute. And me and Charles immediately were like, great, we can rinse this. But it turns out actually that is quite cute. That can't be rinsed.
I nailed it.
That can't be
Nailed
rinsed.
the description.
Yeah. Well done.
So let's talk a little bit about you and the podcast, but also you. So what's the background? You're obviously not born and bred in London.
No, so born and bred in Cape Town, lived there my whole life, went to Bishop's School and then Stellenbosch University, quite like local town. Stellenbosch was great because it was about an hour outside of Cape Town. So we got to like live away from the family. But I didn't really do too much sport in Stellenbosch. It was more of a party scene, friends. And I made some really good friends, so no regrets. But the regret I have now, I spoke to Jamie Riddle, a pro triathlete, on my podcast the other day, and he does a lot of footage on his YouTube of training in the Stellenbosch mountains and the grounds, and it's just unbelievable scenery, and weather's always good. So I suppose I did, miss a catch there. But then going from Stellenbosch, I lived in Mauritius for 6 years, working in finance, and that was really great. Mauritius is a small country off the west coast of Africa that was colonized by the French, but it's still an African country, so they speak French. And Creole's like the local language. So that was really cool. And one of the things I'll mention later when you ask me those questions is, moving abroad is quite a big step for anyone, but something I would suggest like 100% for people to do, learning new cultures and new things. But Mauritius was super small, so it kind of got too condensed over the 6 years. I mean, there were literally like 3 restaurants in my street and 1 bar. Everyone knew what you were doing. You walk into the golf club, they know what you're drinking. Like, it's super community vibe, which is also nice. I went back there to visit, and you're hugging everyone from the roti man to the bartender. Like, they're like, where have you been? So yeah, it was really cool. And then I spent another year in Cape Town, and then came out to London about 1 year and 3 months ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what are your initial thoughts of London?
I enjoy it. I like the hustle and bustle. Completely different from Mauritius. I didn't put a jersey on for 6 years. So that's like, but from a career point of view, it's great. And the networking in London is unbelievable. Meeting people like you and all sorts of people, and also the sport culture, the health and fitness culture is quite big here. And I've started to sort of transition into that space. So that's been really nice, meeting people from different walks, and also from running, cycling, swimming, high rocks, CrossFit. There's just everything and anything here that you can find.
It is a bit of a mess, actually.
Oh,
at the same time, like, you won't find one person that does one thing, really.
Yeah. Or even the tennis courts at Battersea Park, you can't book.
No.
Yeah.
You can't book.
Myth that there is a booking system, actually.
I actually paid £70 when I got here to get pre-booking availability. Didn't work.
That's crazy.
That's a rookie.
Yeah, that's how they get them. That's what we do when we invite new people into our country. We're like,
I didn't know. Yeah. So I made a few mistakes like that. I went to third space for 3 months.
oh, don't get me started on that. It's one of my.
It's a sore topic.
This is
Talk
a
about
continuous gear grinder.
250 squid a month.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
It's one of those things where, again, we'll preface it by saying if they want to sponsor us, then of course this is one of the best gyms,
We'll
state of the art.
feature,
Yeah, we'll remove this feature. But I pay £30 a month for a Pure Gym membership, and it does more than I need it to.
More than enough.
I don't need the sauna with the old naked men. I don't need that in my life.
I do love the sauna. Love the sauna.
Or with it?
But my pre was like a watt bike and a swimming pool. And so like those things were tough to find. But then I found Fitness First, Baker Street, Marleybone, and those like fit the bill and was half the price, even more than half the price.
Yeah.
And is that because, well, since you've got to London, you mentioned how you've kind of got into the fitness scene. Were you doing what you do now, which is like triathlon based training, before you came over to
So yes, because we signed up to the Muscle Bay Half Ironman, which was kind of the start of the podcast. So looking at it from a Dice House Monday point of view, that started 2 years ago in September now with my two best mates that I was living with in Sea Point. We had a cool digs, pool on the Sea Point promenade. Like life was good. We had a setup like this at home so we could bring people in. And the podcast we started just to chat, just to banter like this. But then it started to transition into pushing each other to doing things that we could like post on Dice House Monday. And like the mantra of Dice House Monday grew as we went, but we actually called it that because my mate Che, every Sunday we would have a big Friday, big Saturday, but then train Monday to Friday. And every Sunday he would look at us like, guys, the diet's got to start on Monday. Feeling like shit. He's just eaten Uber Eats, like Max, chocolates. Like, and we would say that every Sunday. We actually almost called the podcast Fired Up. It would be dead. It would be great in the grade top. We called it that.
Yeah. I love the name. The name's great.
Yeah, the name is really cool.
It came spur of the moment. He said it one Sunday and I was like, guys, let's just call it that. And we all laughed and that was it.
Yeah.
But then the mantra of Dice House Monday, like going out there, setting a date, going after it, like that built with it. So then we started to do things like the half Ironman.
So you train Monday to Friday. Were you always training for like endurance sport, or were you doing things like rugby?
For me personally, it was for aesthetics, if I had to be honest. Not the best genetically gifted person in terms of sports. I love sports. School I played, I was a perfect B team average. I was B team captain for everything.
That's the best. There's no responsibility, but you still get the credit.
So I loved it, don't get me wrong. But like I must be honest, it was more for aesthetics, the training for me mentally, if I had to really dig deep.
Do you know what? I wish more people would admit that.
Yeah.
I think that's 100% the reason why I got into training.
Yeah.
Was purely aesthetics thing. I thought I was a fat shit, so I didn't want to be that anymore.
Yeah, and I started in the gym like everyone does. You know, you do a couple of weight trainings, and then I went for a couple of 6K runs. I remember in Mauritius I could hardly do a 3K, and I stopped. So like going back to then, it's been like a long journey. But then we just found passion for it. I don't really know how.
I think for me it becomes habit, and then when you lose that habit, you actually realize that you were relying on that quite a lot, and then you get back into it, and that has almost actually become what this podcast sort of has been for me as well. It's like for a while it was like, oh, I'm habitually doing this on repeat, and then when it started to slow down, I was like, I kind of need to talk about what's grinding my gears and like all these things that we do now, and like I actually really enjoy it, and it's one of those things that after taking a slight step back from for a while, I was like, hold on a minute, no, I need to keep doing this for sure. But we have the grace this time of doing a guest episode, and Charles is with us. That was obviously going to happen. Charles has been far too involved to be cut out of any episodes, but Charles has got a coaching background.
I do.
I know for a fact that Charles is not sat here opposite Roscoe going to stay quiet about the training side of things. So I'm going to let
he's done a deep dive by Strava, which I'm not having.
Going to let him loose. First of all, you did the T100 a few weeks ago. How did it go?
It went really well. I was feeling super strong going into it. I was very happy with my taper, my training. I think I said to you before, no matter what happened on the day, I was super happy with how I was entering the race. So whether it went well or poor, I'd done everything I could up until the race. The actual time, probably a bit disappointed. I did cramp up on the run. So I had 3 minutes of lying down, digging into my hamstring. And the coach has said that I wasn't taking enough sodium.
Sure.
Which, as a big sweaty guy, is probably 100% right. But also I was in a TT position for my first time on a race. So that could be different like leg angles for hamstring. And yeah, but otherwise super good.
What was the weather like?
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
So super hot, blue skies.
I'm sure that will take
the sodium stuff, 100%. Yeah. So it was hot. But we started at 6:30, so it wasn't too bad.
And remind me the distances then.
So it was a 2K swim, 80K ride, and an 18K cycle.
Right.
So it's very similar to a half Ironman.
Yeah.
It's 13K short of a half Ironman,
Yeah.
But cycling through London like that was incredible. 4-lane highways,
Closed
tunnels,
roads, yeah,
like just
really cool.
flat, cruisy. But I've never been a road cyclist in my history. So running and swimming is definitely my strong points. And the swim I just loved. I was like a whale at the beach because I wanted to take it slow.
Yeah.
Previous races, my heart rate was like 175. I said, I'm not swimming hard. So I was just chilling, like loving it. It was good.
You came out of the water because I was there. I was filming Roscoe. I was not doing a great job as it actually turned out. But you were still pretty early on out of the water for your wave as well. And you came out and you were literally chilling. Like you were laughing, joking, trying to talk to me. And I was like, we've had this discussion. Transition is where you lose it. In you go.
I love it. I love the swim. And it's a pity it's so short in these races. And I want to do more swimming. So I did a swimming race the weekend before, 3K swim race. That way I pushed it and went hard and came out a bit dizzy. But I got my eye on the UK channel and like I pulled out a Robben Island swim last year, which was really sick.
I'm interested in that because I've met a few South Africans who, like, I think culturally there's like, you swim from very small, and swimming is a big part of life and sport and culture in South Africa. Is that actually true? You've been
100%.
swimming your whole life?
100%. School, there's swimming pools, 25 meters. So you're always swimming at school, preschool, all the way up to grade 7. I think you guys work in different grades, but
Yeah.
so swimming always, and then also the beach.
No idea.
Like the beach, like you're always at the beach.
Yeah.
So if your child doesn't know how to swim, that's a problem. So swimming lessons and stuff, very regular, but school pushes it quite big. And galas, like all the way up to high school and uni. So yeah,
And then water polo as well?
Water polo,
it's a big
huge
sport.
Yeah.
Sure, interesting.
Because when I was at school, we did some swimming lessons from like the age of, I want to say I must have been like 9 or 10. It was kind of compulsory part of school. But if you were bad,
You just didn't swim.
you just didn't swim.
We've
you just
spoken
sat
about this
outside.
before.
Yeah.
So it's like in the UK, I don't know if it's like a selective thing or it's like a genetic thing, but the kids who can swim.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the kids who just don't swim go and play other sports. And there's no real like push to get better. And that's where I am now, because I'm sure we'll talk about it as well. I'm starting to get a little bit more into triathlon.
Well, you've got an announcement, an official announcement. Go on.
Well, I mean, I hinted to it last time on the podcast, but I have now officially signed up for my first 70.3.
Wow.
So that will be next year, summer in Swansea.
Swansea.
I know, Wales, the Welsh coast.
That's a hilly one.
The cycle's hilly, but luckily the run route's pretty happy. And then the swim, I think it's like almost like a bay swim.
Yeah, perfect.
Or it's relatively enclosed, so it is sea swim, but I think the water should be okay. But that's my challenge now, because I had swimming lessons when I was younger at school, but since then nothing, and I'm not good at swimming.
Yeah.
I don't know though, because if I was to look at you and say your strength, I'd probably say your strength is on the bike because of where you're at right now. But you're running, historically, your running has been your thing.
Yeah.
So like those two would obviously be at the forefront, but I wouldn't say by any means you're a bad swimmer.
I think also there's so little access to open water swimming in the UK. You're talking about, we can just jump in the ocean and we swim in the ocean. We're really confident in the ocean. For us, where am I going to swim open water in London? So I have very little to no experience swimming open water, and that the idea of a big, wide, open expanse of water, a deep expanse of water where you can't see, that's kind of scary. So it's kind of like overcoming the fear of being able to swim in the water rather than the performance element. Like I'm sure I can get through it, but it's like, what if I freak out in the water? So it's like all of the elements.
For those that are listening, potentially from South Africa or other places that haven't been to London, the Thames is not an option. People die in there. It's not
Hyde Park.
Yeah, so we do have a few Lidos, and they are good, but if you time it wrong, obviously they can be rammed because there aren't that many of them, especially if we're talking about this time of year. I mean, it's just
different to the ocean.
Yeah.
But I don't see Swansea being like heavy swells.
No.
But because we at Mossel Bay, it was like heavy swells and there are like plenty of sharks underneath us.
I think I'll be okay with that in Wales.
So you don't have those areas.
yeah.
But also the wetsuit is just such a game changer.
Yeah.
Just practice swimming in the wetsuit.
Sure.
Because you can also cramp in your calves because it's quite tight. So it keeps the blood.
But also you get that buoyancy factor, right?
100%. Yeah. So practice with a pool boy and put some Vaseline on. But yeah, it does help. You just got to stay calm because a lot of people freak out in this swim.
Yeah.
But luckily it's the shortest distance. And if you just stand back a little bit and like let people go and don't get mixed in the...
I think that's the beauty of it as well. And I had this conversation with a friend a couple of days ago where typically if I was entering something before, I'd be really hot on myself being super competitive at it. You mentioned my experience with High Rocks or any sort of running race.
His biggest demise is how competitive he is.
I've got a lot of pressure on myself, but I know that swimming is a weakness for me. So just getting through the swim would be a major achievement, and I'll be really pleased with that. Similar to Will on the weekend at Copenhagen.
Yeah.
One of my clients who just became an Ironman, which is really cool.
Shout out.
But yeah, the swim is kind of a scary place to be if you don't have that experience, and that's what he felt. And you're in the water for an hour 45.
Well, yeah, he was.
Like
it was
An hour 45.
Yeah, so his basic thing was he knows that he can smash the bike. We will actually have Will on at some point soon.
Oh, great.
So we can talk to him about
45.
it. So an hour and 45, but he was going...
Not shout out.
He was...
No, I'm like, that's, yeah.
That wasn't Charles's
What is the
coaching.
swim cutoff?
2 hours 20.
Okay.
So he got in, he was the fourth last person into the water. He put a cap on for the first wave so that he stuck out like a sore thumb towards the back. And that meant that they could basically just keep an eye on him. But he said he got into the water, and what actually helped his confidence was that after 10 meters into the water, he heard someone that got in at the same time of him ask for help. And he was like, well, I'm not that bad. and immediately carried on. But he basically just switched it up from doing a bit of front crawl, a bit of breaststroke, a bit of front crawl, and just kept himself calm because he's had issues with wetsuits and freakouts in pools before. So he's been doing swimming lessons and stuff, but he got through it. And when he came out, he was beaming ear to ear.
What was his overall time?
11 hours, 11 minutes.
Shit, that's good with an hour 45.
Yeah. So he did really well to
you can,
recover.
if you can shore up a little bit of swim technique,
Yeah.
then you're on for a really solid time.
Yeah.
Great on the bike, great on the run.
If you do one swimming session a week until Swansea,
Yeah.
you'll be 100%.
Loads of time. Yeah.
100%.
So from your perspective, training wise, what does a training week look like for you at the moment? Because you're what, 4 weeks out from your Ironman?
Yeah, so it's a great question to come now because I've literally just had a really solid week. So basically, on between running, cycling, and swimming, Monday I did a 16K where it's like 1K marathon pace and then 1K off. Then go to my 9 to 5.
I saw that on your Strava.
And that's marathon pace, not Ironman marathon pace. That would be like just doing marathon. But then lunchtime of my 9 to 5, I'm doing my strength sessions in the gym. Luckily, the Fitness First is 1 minute away. Then post sauna with the old man. Then Tuesday, it'll be like a 3K swim plus an hour on the watt bike or on my indoor trainer, an hour 20 maybe. And then, so another double session. Then Wednesday's another double session. It'll be a run plus another strength session at lunchtime. And then Thursday will be a 3K swim. Friday what was Friday? I think another run. Then Saturday I had a long cycle, 108 Ks. And then Sunday I had a 25K run. So 7 days a week, multiple double days.
I have so many questions.
Go on, but fire away.
I like the fact that you also mentioned that you're working a 9 to 5 as well. So it's like having to do all of that volume around a job.
Yeah.
That is like a challenge in itself. Waking up super early, or you're just managing it around?
Waking up super early. So I got to get, like tomorrow I got to run a half marathon again in the morning before work. So I'm up at 5, got to get out there, got to get done, back home, shower change to the 9 to 5.
And you've been doing that, how many weeks has prep been?
5 months.
Okay.
So this is probably my biggest week, 15 hours, 260 kilometers. But basically that's over the last 4 to 5 months, I'd say. And we had a half Ironman in November last year in Austria, which was beautiful, Z&Z. The training was probably half what I'm doing now. But it's been 2 years of triathlon training in general. But yeah, last 4 to 5 months is when we picked it up. But it's been 5 a.m. mornings, Monday to Friday, training on weekends. But then we have a deload week, obviously, once a month.
I think that's the thing people forget to consider. And that's something working with Will, who just did Copenhagen Ironman, something that you just completely neglect is like, if you're doing a long brick session or something like that, or like you say, you have to run a half marathon, I'm working 9 to 5, sometimes longer hours than that when I'm working. Like, how am I actually fitting that in? And that's like the behind the scenes that you don't get to see a lot of. So I think, and we've said it before in terms of marathon training, just getting through the training is an achievement to get to the start line fit and healthy. So to be able to do that and put yourself on the start line, like you said at the beginning of the T100, I was just happy to be there in good shape, right? So whether I performed well or badly, it is what it is, because I've done the work up into that. So like, that's commendable. And it's,
do you know what I find really interesting when I talk to people about Ironmans and like the training for it? People will be like, oh yeah, they've done an Ironman. I'll be like, do you know what that is? Do you know what that actually entails? And I go through it and I'm like, just shy of 4K swim, 180K bike ride, and then a marathon. And they're like, whoa. When they hear the marathon bit after, they're like, whoa. Yeah. And then they're like, God, how do you even train for that? And I'm like, well, if they do a full-time job, they're up at 4 or 5 every morning for months. And that
double days.
That gets as much of a shock as the marathon bit of me saying what an Ironman is. And I think that 100% sort of signifies what it means, is like the months of effort you have to put in to actually just finish it, let alone aim for a time in the first place is mad.
I think lots of it is contextual as well, where you say you have to ride 180K. People are like, well, that's like a long bike ride. But go and ride 180K. It's like even riding 100 miles, 160K, that messes you up. There's hours and hours on the bike to then hop off and just go for a marathon. Like it doesn't make sense. And like when I was tracking Will, the guy woke up earlier than me. He started before I was even out of bed. And then I did my whole day. Did my stuff, and he's just got on the run.
Yeah, it was,
he's on the bike for 7 hours.
I think he's very, very good on the bike. I mean, if we're talking about what the average person or even the average athlete in the UK can put out on a bike, Will is above that in his Ironman race. He is holding that for 5 hours 35 minutes without aero bars. I don't know what your prediction
without aero bars.
Without aero bars, so like. He's good on a bike. He's not obviously going to be breaking world records or anything with doing that. So that also puts into perspective that if he's average for Ironman, imagine how good people are. And he's putting in hours and hours on the bike, as I'm sure you are as well. And it's just like, it's unbelievable that you can sustain that for that amount of time. Yeah. Like you said, you can live pretty much a whole day in that time that someone's just sat on the bike.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
But that's what grinds my gears, is people that come from a riding background.
Save it.
I want to hear it. We're gonna hear it.
Save it.
We're gonna hear it.
I'm for sure you're gonna forget about it by the time we get to grind my gears as well.
It's been for many years.
Okay, so what we'll do is another thing that we always do with our guests, and I appreciate that since you've started the podcast, since you've started training, a lot of things have changed to where you are right now, sat on a bench in a guy who you didn't know 5 months ago's kitchen living area.
Podcast studio,
sorry. Yeah, so in that time a lot has changed. Things have seemingly started to pick up quite a lot recently, both for the podcast and for yourself. Now that we're on the brink of a full Ironman as well, what would 3 pieces of advice be for a younger version of you? It doesn't have to be the same version of you, it can be different ages, but 3 quick pieces of advice. Yeah.
Well, definitely the first one would have to be like, do it now. And because Diet Sauce Monday is all about signing up. So it took us 3 years to start the podcast. So if I could literally go back to that guy and be like, wake up, like start. Why are you not starting? And that's been the biggest thing that I say to myself. Just sign up to that race. Whatever's lingering in your mind when you go to sleep. I found every time I put my head on my pillow, I was thinking about starting a podcast, but I never did it. Like, how weird is that? And so many people must have that feeling about anything, doing a race, speaking to your boss about a race, starting business, whatever it is. So do it now, definitely. My other piece of advice, like I said earlier, was if you get an opportunity to live abroad, whether it's for a short period of time or a long period of time, 100% take it. So cool to meet different people and learn different cultures. Having done it twice now, no regrets, unbelievable. And if you haven't gone to South Africa, go there. And the third one would be, I don't really have a third one off the top of my head.
Remember to count to 3, that kind of thing.
Yeah. When going into a race, I'd say definitely stay calm, because a lot of the time my coach calls it getting aroused. When you go into a race, people get aroused. Definitely stay calm, do some breath work, because you don't want that heart rate to get too high, because it'll stay there for your whole race and you'll burn out.
Cool. I like that. Have you got more questions on coaching or programming?
I do, yeah.
Go on.
But I want your coach to use a different term than arousal. I call it overstimulation, but it's the same thing. And even now, that sounds kind of weird.
No, but maybe that's the problem, because you get overstimulated.
Yeah.
Maybe he just gets aroused.
The term is specific to him.
Maybe that's why he gets in the water and loves it. Maybe that's why you get into high rocks and start miscounting laps.
It could be. Anyway, let's move that on. I wanted to actually just quickly, if we've got time, dig a little bit more into the strength work that you're getting specific to your training. Because again, when you think about getting good for a long distance triathlon or triathlon, what are you looking at? You're looking at 3 disciplines: swimming, biking, running. The best thing to do is those things: swimming, biking, running. But obviously the strength work that you're doing is important for resilience around staying healthy and uninjured. I just wondered if we could get like a snapshot into what your strength training looks like.
Absolutely. So I'm bringing it up as you were saying so that I can show you. But basically it's like kettlebell work mostly, and it's squats, lunges, and then weird like cross lunges. It's all very quite technical with a kettlebell and 2 maybe, weights on either side.
So would you say the majority of what you're doing across the week is lower body focused?
Oh, 100%. There's
no upper body. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
100% lower body, glute, hip, calves,
hamstrings,
sure. Quads.
Yeah.
And it's like quite technical, and core. There's always a core set at the end.
And then is your coaching bespoke? You're getting one-to-one coaching, yes. Or okay, fine.
Online,
okay. So would you say that the training has been tailored towards your weaknesses because your coach has gone, well, he's basically a fish. He doesn't need to focus on maybe some upper body pulling, or he's got pretty healthy shoulders already. I don't need to. Or would you say, as a snapshot as a whole, triathletes are looking more at lower body strength work than upper body?
Yeah, 100%. I would say the latter. I do think that we knew that I was good at swimming, so I only swim twice a week.
Okay.
I think some people go 3-4 times a week.
I noticed that.
But in terms of upper body strength, I've never seen that across my.
Well, I guess it's relative to how long you're spending on the bike and how long you're running versus how long you're actually in the water.
Yeah.
Unless you're bad at swimming.
Because
even so,
you're spending heavy on the bike, then you'll collect more weight.
Yes. Yeah.
True.
It is true.
Oh God. Okay. That's going to pull me into the next part.
Okay. Hang on. I've got one more. And then when you're training for your biking and your running sessions, are you working in zones? Is a lot of your work heart rate based, or is it specific to paces, or how's that kind of figured out?
So it's specific to paces. So he does like a test. So I did a 400-meter sprint swim for the swimming, and I did a 5K as fast as you could go. And then the cycle is an FTP. So I'm sure FTP is. So the cycle's to the FTP. And I quite like that. So my FTP now is 260.
That's functional threshold power for anyone.
Which is how you hold that for what, 20 minutes? It's your average that you can hold for 20 minutes.
Okay. And so now everything on the indoor trainer is set to that FTP. Cool. So if we're doing VO2 max and we're doing like 1 minute at 280 watts, it does it automatically. So I have 10 sets of 280 watts for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Or if we're doing hills, it's 10 minutes at 240 watts. So I quite like that about Zwift.
Yeah.
Super cool and automatic.
And is your programming delivered through Training Peaks?
Yeah. It goes on Zwift. Loaded up to Zwift.
Yeah.
Automatically.
It got so technical so quick. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, no,
no one's using
Zwift is basically a computerized game version of cycling, but it does look output wise really good. And one of the things that I think is great is it's way more engaging. Like if you can race someone or just even race yourself, then that's going to push you in those moments where like you are on a ridiculously long bike ride where you kind of just want to get it done, and like you might be like, oh, I can sit 3 watts below, like who really cares? Well, if you're getting overtaken by your old self, you're probably not going to let that happen.
But I've loved the indoor trainer, especially for London when it's raining outside and all that type of thing. I did a half Ironman on the indoor trainer in my house for 2.5 hours and loved it. Had the TV on and it just changes automatically.
Yeah,
it's just beautiful.
Yeah, that is really convenient.
Cool. Well, can I go to my grind my gears? Because we're all about to spill the grind my gears.
I was like, well, we could go down a rabbit hole talking about
triathlon
and triathlon training, but we'll save that.
But I'll definitely come swimming with you anytime.
Oh, that's cute. I'm not invited.
I don't know if I watch that.
Pay a ridiculous amount.
I don't know how to say no.
Okay, so grind my gears. We've had a couple of entries from the lovely listeners. So again, for anyone that's new to this podcast, if you are interested in getting involved with the podcast, you can do so by using the social media at MindSets_podcast. We post on stories. You can have your input and then you can ask your questions or give your grind my gears straight to us. So without further ado, well... This is that. Do you know what? I'm going to leave that as a relatively unsmooth transition. Actually, I reckon. Roscoe's changed shirt. Claims it was because it was hot. It's definitely not because it's covered in South Africa and he's ready to go later on when we get to the ROX game. However, we were going to move on to grind my gears, but then while we were doing the t-shirt change, Well, Roscoe was
only one
changing
of
his
us
t-shirt and the rest of us stayed here. He mentioned actually that your training wise, you haven't done like a full marathon or anything like that going into this.
Yeah, so I wanted to say earlier when we were touching on what I was doing for the week, but basically I haven't done a marathon. My longest run has been 25 kilometers, which was yesterday. And my longest cycle is 112 kilometers. And we were just talking about, we've spoken about it a lot. They call it rubbish miles, where people try and go too far in one go where it's unnecessary. And another element is I've seen people training for marathons that are going to be hilly, doing a lot of hill training. That's also like unnecessary. So it's just interesting to see.
Also, what I want to key on there is the unnecessary bit. Like if you're not aware, it's unnecessary in terms of, if let's say you decided to go and do a 180k bike ride and then followed it with a full marathon as part of your training, so you know what the distance feels like. Well, arguably, if you did half of both, which is still quite a lot, at least you can then recover and do another session that's beneficial the next day, rather than just rinsing yourself, feeling ruined for 5 days, and then you've basically lost 5 days training just because you did that.
You do have to prioritize like relative intensity in your sessions, because otherwise you won't see the adaptation. And also, like, if you're gonna do a freaking 180k bike and then a 42k run, why don't you just do the whole thing? You might as well have just done the swim as well.
Yeah, be an unofficial Ironman, like you might as well.
But it's really right what you're saying, because this week is a full week. Then on Saturday I've got a half Ironman, basically without the swim, and then again the next weekend, and then 2-week taper.
But at least you can do that, because if physically you're in a position where you can do that and recover. But like if you just decided to go off and do, even if you decided to break it up and be like, I'm doing the full distance today, but I'm going to have an hour between each thing as a transition, that's still a crazy amount of load, and that hour is not going to be long enough for your body to actually recover in any way that makes the next thing really that much easier. So that's
and I think it goes to show like the importance of having a coach and someone to guide you through it, and overlooking all of your training and going, you're doing enough. It's okay. You don't need to do any more. So it's just like pull the reins back and have someone to kind of oversee it to make sure you're not getting injured, and you're obviously getting the adaptation required to get fitter.
And also, you said last week your training week added up to what, 260k? So like you've done a full training week. I mean, you've done the full distance across the week. When it comes to race week, you're probably going to do a similar total distance across the week. It's just that most of it's going to be on the day. So like, there's actually not that much difference when you look at it like that.
On Strava,
So you don't want to be doing double the distance 1 week just because in 4 weeks time you're going to be doing half the distance that week. It just all happens to be on one day.
Well, I'm no guinea pig, so let's see.
Well, yeah, we will see. But no, we thought that would be important to mention actually, because we're about to then rinse the fitness industry. So we wanted to basically do karma and do the right thing first. Now, grind my gears. We've had a couple of people write in with theirs, but we obviously have a guest and we are intrigued to see what Roscoe has brought with him. He said that there was one that's been burning for a while. Do you want to let that free now?
Well, two have come up in our conversation.
Oh no.
One is good bike riders like doing Ironmans. It grinds my gears because it's just riding, the riding part of the Ironman is the longest. So let's call it 5 hours to 6 hours. These guys ride that easy. Like some guys can ride on bikes. My friends, they're 16 kilograms less than me because they ride all the time. And they're doing like 600 kilometers a month for 10 years. So like they get onto the bike.
This is like the debate between who's going to win.
I've actually got this schedule, but we can bring it in now.
Wait. Just to counter before we even do that, my grind my gears is when good swimmers do Ironman. That's not fair.
Why? It sucks.
That's an uneven playing.
That's an hour of the 11 hours.
I'm just, do you know what? There's three of us. It grinds my gears when good runners do Ironmans. That pisses me off. But this actually, we'll cut in. I mean, we've had barely any structure to this episode anyway so far, so we might as well keep it going.
At least it's consistent.
So the question that we had, you messaged me, was it earlier this week?
Yeah.
You said who would win in an Ironman? And this is actually a question towards you, but we'll probably have a short discussion on it. Who would win? Michael Phelps,
Tadej
Pogacar from cycling,
and
or
Eliud Kipchoge.
Kipchoge.
I've got all the
running. So we basically have the world best in each discipline. Yes. Who do you think would win the Ironman? Yeah,
easy.
I think for me it has to be.
Yeah, because like this is
the longest time
grind,
and we have to assume that for their other disciplines they are at a basic level. Like I don't know how good
I do just think
also, swimming or running, but
the carryover from cycling into running, the mechanics is so similar. Yeah, and you have such good aerobic.
And he's so light.
Right.
Yeah, his VO2 max is like 70. He's just cruising. Yeah. Like Kipchoge could also definitely be on his tails. I don't know about Phelps.
I do think Phelps will come last.
Yeah.
I think he'd come last. Like, aerobically, yeah, he's great, but he does 3.8K and he gets a half an hour lead.
Because you just don't know if he's ever sat on a bike, you know. And if you haven't sat on a bike and you do 180, the muscles and stuff cramping, he's got more chance of cramp because he's got more muscle.
That's something to really think about. But
And like that thing is that you saying being top heavy because you're training too much upper body is not good for aerodynamics when you're on the bike.
what I would love to see is I would assume that Kipchoge is going to be last in to the run, but how far behind? And how much does he claw back?
Yeah,
and
he is fast.
It would just be such a good race.
It would be a great race to watch. So, you know, they're
Netflix
obviously
should get on it.
they're listening to this. So, guys, let us know when you want us to organise it.
Would you know the enhanced games?
Yeah.
Get them all on more gear than they're already on. Oops.
So, the next Grind My Gears, I'll take one. We've had someone write in with one, and I'm not going to mention them because I don't feel like this was something that they needed to be protected from, but they might do because it might be something that their company does. So their Grind My Gears was JP Morgan finisher tees. So when you do the JP Morgan half marathon,
I need to know.
But when people are wearing those in and about, that does piss me off. Like, come on, you don't need to.
That's really good.
You're right. You've done a half marathon.
That's really good.
It's like that's worse than wearing your medal out to dinner on a different day to the event. But JP Morgan on it, it's like, ugh.
No, if you're wearing a medal for finishing a 5K race, come on.
I didn't.
Do they give medals at park runs?
No, you don't get a medal for park run.
No.
But it'd be like if you got a medal for park run and then you wore it out for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be great.
I'm wearing my Ironman one off.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. That can also get you free stuff.
Yeah,
In Copenhagen, that would get you a free, you know, those rickshaws.
Oh yeah.
That would give you a free rickshaw anywhere in the city, which is the worst idea, but it was
Well,
great.
if you can't walk, I mean, it's great.
Yeah, but you'd think they might do like a taxi promotion or like they do with the London Marathon in the UK where you get free underground. Sure. No, you just get a rickshaw.
Would you get the tattoo?
No.
Really? Oh.
Shame.
I enjoyed filming Will Get the Tattoo.
Did he get one?
Yeah, he got the tattoo. Yeah.
I'd definitely get one.
Where did he get it?
Well, apparently, so he put this up for debate, and people, if you're listening to this, let us know what your opinions are, but it has to be on the lower portion of the calf, just above the sock line. You can cover it then if you want to, but like that is the key location, and it's really simple, just a black outline. You don't have to go crazy with the colors. I know some people do.
So is there like a community thing?
Oh, it's a thing.
Oh yeah, it's a thing.
No, the Ironman tattoo is a thing.
Yeah. So I jumped at saying no just because I haven't got a tattoo, and the first one I have to get is Dice Monday because one of my other hosts has done it already.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
If I have to just
We'll do them at the
You
same
could
time.
incorporate the two.
Yeah, you actually could. Yeah. There you go.
write the outline.
You could have the. I'm not going to go into it. Don't worry. We're not a tattoo designing podcast. Have you got a Grind My Gears?
Yeah. Lime bikes riding round Richmond Park.
Oh, yeah. Amen.
You've got to clock your Ks in somehow, surely.
Oh, mate. It's okay. Right. Let me just give some context. So I think this is only specific to people who probably ride their bikes around Richmond Park, who are maybe more into their cycling. Lime bikes, they don't have a place in Richmond Park because they're people who don't really know how to ride, and they're like trying to film the deer, and they're weaving all over the place. And I nearly got taken out by one on the way here, so it's fresh on my mind. I was just annoying, and I don't like it, and that's why we have Grind My Gears.
Do you know what? It does annoy me a little bit that Lime bikes can get out there, because whenever I've ever gone over that way, they're just literally on the grass, like randomly lying there. I'm like, this is not London. Come on. We don't do that here.
Yeah. Just they don't have a place in Richmond Park.
It combines with what you said earlier, where you just don't like slow people.
You didn't say that, did you?
That wasn't me.
You wouldn't say that. No. I'm gonna, as we slowly pass it back, I'm gonna weigh in with one of mine. My one this week is something that I saw yesterday, which is egregious, and I genuinely don't think I'm going to see it many more times in my life. I was in the gym the other day, and someone was using clips on the Smith machine, which, if you don't know, the Smith machine it's impossible to have the bar at an angle. Yeah. That's the whole purpose of the machine, is that the bar stays level. It's on two rails. So putting clips on that.
Do you not think though that were they squatting?
What? They were lunging.
Do you not think that the upward movement on the bar could potentially over time make the plates slide slightly?
Yeah, over an hour or two.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or maybe they're just so well practiced at putting plates on
Stop
the
defending them. You know for a fact that if you saw one of your clients do that, they wouldn't be your client anymore.
No, I'd be like, I appreciate that you're practicing safe sets.
Oh, so it's muscle memory.
Yeah, they've just gone, I'm putting weight on the bar, so now I need to put clips on the bar. Because all he's doing is kettlebells.
I've definitely put the clips on in that situation before. I'm quite nervous in the gym.
He's like,
right? Yeah. Like what? He puts the clips on the kettlebells, I reckon. Have you got? What was the second one you mentioned?
The second one is going back to training peaks, which might be, if people don't know, but getting a non-green block.
This is so specific. You're going to have to give more.
Yeah,
you're going to need to like what Training Peaks actually is for the people who don't know.
Yeah, basically Training Peaks is the training platform that the coach sets your training for the week, and he'll put in a block there, say it's an easy run for an hour. If you run for 44 minutes, orange. If you run for 35 minutes, red. And then your whole calendar looks like shit, basically. And it's just so unfair because a 35-minute run is a good run.
Apparently,
it doesn't have to be an hour. But then people, like, it can actually get to people, like, emotionally. And, like, people get anxious about not hitting their blocks and not having
it's the same on Strava, where you get consistency across your like the amount you're doing across each week. So it's like, if I hit 35 Ks per week, which is what I've been doing for the last 4 weeks in my prep for 10K race, if I don't hit 35, it's like this slight dip or it's slight peak, and it just is so unsatisfying. That emotionally gets to me.
to be fair, I reckon that's kind of half the point, though, isn't it? It's like, it's supposed to keep you accountable.
Yeah,
like that is. Yeah.
But like, there's limits, because like, to all the tech, waking up and getting a bad sleep score.
That's going.
Getting an orange block on my Training Peaks.
I think we're talking to the right audience there. People will be able to relate to that. It's so relatable.
Another one that I've got, which is extremely random, pissing in the pool.
Which pool?
Surely people don't do that. I've been raised that pissing in the pool. I didn't believe the dye thing. Like, when you're told on holiday, there's no. For those that thought that was true, it's not true. But I just didn't think that people actually did that. But
we're probably speaking to someone who has more experience with competitive swimming. Swimmers very famously and are well known for, they spend like hours in the pool. They're just going to piss in the pool.
Just get out.
That's right.
Yeah, I would say.
I mean, if you're in a race,
I'm not saying
in a
I
race.
personally don't do it, but
If you're in a race, but also the reason that I brought this up is there was an experiment done. It was done by like Mythbusters or something, but they basically took a bucket of chlorinated water and left it out in the sun.
Yeah.
And they took the same bucket of chlorinated water in terms of volume and mix and everything, and put like a small test tube of urine in it. Mm-hmm. And then the next day they came back, and the one that was just chlorine water didn't smelled just like water, and the other one smelled like swimming pool. And what that's made me realize is every time you can smell a swimming pool, it's got piss in it. That is exactly what that is. It's the reaction between the urine or what's in the urine with chlorine.
I didn't like going to the swimming pool as it was.
I know.
And now I will not be going.
The stronger the smell, the more piss.
I'll be honest, I was in a Fitness First gym the other day, and we got taken out of the pool, and they were digging for something in the kids' lane.
No. They were digging for something.
They were digging for something. Hopefully
they
just a turd or something, not a child.
Yeah. And then the kid was, and the kid was crying.
Oh no.
I just walked away.
I bet you've been in since though.
I mean,
training's training. Got to get those peaks. Got to be green.
No excuses. Oh my god.
Go on, you're stacked. You've got a couple more at least.
I'm not ready to go.
Okay, I can do one more. I think this is actually going to upset quite a lot of the Diet Starts Monday listeners. So listen up. In the UK, we have a thing called a barbecue. And in South Africa, you have...
So glad I'm wearing this shirt.
Okay, in South Africa, you have... How would you say it?
A braai.
A braai, okay.
BBQ.
As far as I'm concerned, if we boil it down to what it really is, they're the same thing. There's slightly different food maybe that you put on there, but
it's more
the
energy.
Yeah, but a braai gets so much. And then I watched a video on how to do the best braai, and I was like, this is a barbecue. It's the same thing. Like it's a barbecue. We've got some music and got some beers. That is a good barbecue.
I'm a bit nervous to be associated with this, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so braai, it's about the energy, and there's so much associated with the braai, like Springbok rugby. That's why I said I'm glad I'm wearing this shirt. It's like the community behind the braai, but also because we have quite a big Afrikaans community, and like braai and wors and the sausage and the meat and the smoke and the brandewijn and coke, brandy and coke, like that is braai. And like it's
like a vibe.
Do you know what? I'm going to defend myself here, being like, we wouldn't get it because I think you have to be like in it to get it. You have to be there.
Yeah. So when you come to South Africa and you go to a braai, you'll be like, this isn't a barbecue.
Okay.
That would be but you would have to see it. It's hard to explain.
But do you come to like a British person's garden and go,
this is shit.
This is so bad. No, yes. You go, yeah, this ain't a braai.
Yes.
But you're not not there going, sorry guys, this isn't a barbecue, this is a braai.
No, because it is a braai. Technically.
Okay.
Like coming to your house, having meat on the braai, on the utensil.
There's always like a really pale, sunburnt British guy.
Yeah.
Some really horrible beers.
Yeah.
And it's not actually hot or sunny.
Yeah, no, it's just like we've got a bank holiday, so we're outside. That's what we have to do.
But technically it's the same thing.
Okay.
But also we are privileged with such good meat. Like if you have a piece of boerewors from South Africa, you'll be like,
this is braai.
Yeah, this is braai.
In the conversation about braai, the reason that I know that I am wrong, and it was a bit, I'm backtracking here, but you said like 3 words about things that you have, and I've not known what a single one of them mean. Whatever you just said then, didn't know. You said another one that was like force, but it wasn't force.
Wors.
Yeah.
It's a type of sausage, right? It's like dry.
He rolled his arm. Yeah. No, they did that in South Africa.
Think about a German bratwurst.
Okay.
So like that's their big sausage.
Yeah.
So a boerewors is our big sausage.
Nice.
And it's nice and thick.
Nice.
There's going to be so many.
You know when I said you have to be there. You know I said you have to be there. Yeah. I think you've really got to be into big sausages.
No, but then like you get lamb chops, like a good lamb chop.
Lamb chops bang to be there. Yeah, I will give that.
But yeah, it's just the vibe, man. Because also like to get wood here for a wood braai is almost impossible. And we obviously have Weber's.
A Weber barbecue.
Yeah,
a Weber barbecue. Yeah.
Some people say Weber. Mm-hmm. So that's a huge debate. But yeah, so I would say it's more the meaning behind the word than it is. They are correlated the same.
Yeah.
Braai barbecue.
Okay, cool. Well, I hope that
was a good one to.
Yeah,
I like that one.
What do Americans call it?
Grilling. Yeah, grilling. Yeah.
Grilling.
Smoking. No, smoking's different.
Yeah, smoking is like a way to cook.
Yeah, it's just grill. Go on. You've locked and loaded.
My one is, again, it's like stupidly specific to. Well, you did lunch CrossFit. I saw that on your Strava. So maybe you're a CrossFitter now. So this is going to be so specific for CrossFit coaches and anyone who's worked in a CrossFit gym. But often someone will come to the gym who is not a member of your gym, and they're like a drop-in. They're just coming, maybe they're traveling, or they just want to try the gym. And they'll walk in and I won't recognize them. So I'll go, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. My name's Charles. And I'll ask them what their CrossFit experience is. And they'll go, yeah, I do CrossFit. I'm like, all right, where? And they'll instantly go, shit, I shouldn't have lied. I shouldn't have told the CrossFit coach that I did CrossFit. So they start, it's in a gym, you won't know it. Well, I've been to lots of gyms, I might know it. I'll go, it's not in the UK. I'm like, well, I've been to lots of gyms, I might know it. And they start backtracking. I'm like, well, clearly this person hasn't done CrossFit. Anyway, we start doing the session, and it'll be something really specific to CrossFit, like handstand push-ups or toes to bar, or we'll start barbell snatching, something like that. And for sure, they've got no idea what they're doing. But they have to now continue up the facade that they've done CrossFit before. And I'm like, look, I've been doing CrossFit since 2016. I can tell pretty much instantly whether or not you've done CrossFit before, even from not seeing you move. If you walk in and you're probably not wearing CrossFit trainers, or you're wearing something that doesn't look very CrossFit-y, I'll know you're not doing CrossFit. So what grinds my gears is you coming into the gym and lying about the fact that you do CrossFit. Just be honest. Maybe my grind my gear is people lying. Liars. I hate liars.
That's so broad. You went from so niche to so broad.
That was just a massive.
Wow. I'm glad I got that off my chest. There's going to be so many CrossFit coaches who just instantly resonate.
Thing is,
with
though,
that.
like I get it. As someone that turned up for the first time, actually, and met you, it's like you want to make sure that you have a rapport with the person that's leading it. So you're obviously going to go up and be like, if you were like, have you done CrossFit before? I'd be like, yeah, I've done some rowing before.
Well, you'd be like, I've done functional fitness. And then I'll go, well, do you have experience with gymnastics
but
and
that
Olympic
would have been a
weightlifting?
lie because I hadn't.
Okay, well now if you'd gone into a CrossFit gym and you walked in and you went, and I said, have you done CrossFit before? You'd be like, no, I've trained in a CrossFit gym. I've done some functional movement. I know
am a hybrid rock star.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you just say, yeah, I've done a load of high rocks training in that I've maybe done some power cleans or something. I have gym experience, but I don't know how to do gymnastics. Because then for me as a coach, I go safety triage. I can look out for you and be like, hey, you can't do that yet. I'm going to help you out and I'm going to give you some safety precaution scaling options rather than being like, yeah, I assume this guy can do a handstand walk.
This falls back on lying in fitness or lying about your fitness can only go wrong.
But it happens so frequently.
It can never go right.
Yeah.
Well, CrossFit is quite intimidating as a non-CrossFitter. I've spoken to a lot of people about that. Like walking into a CrossFit gym, you kind of like...
So you feel like you have to say you've done it before. Maybe it's me, but maybe I'm intimidating.
No, I wouldn't say to you that I've done CrossFit, but like if you came, I would definitely say I'd need help.
Yeah.
Like, but I would also be nervous to say that, I think, to you. Because
really?
I don't know. I'm trying to picture myself doing it now.
Well, no,
Is that a me thing? Or
hold on. This is grind my gears. We don't have to justify.
All right.
It just, we listen and we... whatever we appreciate. Yeah, we just move on. If you lie, you're bad. Don't lie. That's what we got from that.
Yeah.
Going
And I'm happy with that.
Good.
Yeah, great.
Have you got others that you want to release?
Now.
Okay,
Not for now.
Save them.
Save them.
In which case, we're going to move on. We've got another thing that is related to grind my gears. For those of you that have been listening to the last few episodes, and for those of you that have been here for a while, you will know there is a certain thing that has been grinding my gears for a while. Which is a specific flavor of something.
So is this not grind my gears?
This is kind of grind my gears, but this has been going on for some time, and I've finally managed to retrieve it. So, Roscoe, you won't know this.
I know.
You won't know this. Birthday cake flavored things has been pissing me off for a while. What flavor is birthday cake?
It can be anything.
Correct answer.
What a guy.
So it's not a flavor.
Guy.
You might like chocolate cake.
Yeah.
I might like Victoria sponge. So birthday cake.
Red velvet.
Exactly. Yeah. Great choice. Yeah. Not birthday cake flavor. So the fact that you can buy protein bars, protein powders, they're all birthday cake flavor. Piss off. That's not a thing. Right? However.
So what does it taste like?
Well, we're about to find out because Marks and Spencer, I don't know if you know this, Marks and Spencer released a strawberries and cream sandwich this year, which has gone viral, of course, and we tasted it in the last episode. It tastes pretty good. They have done a fantastic job of timing that with when Wimbledon happened, which is why they did it. However, Tesco thought, well, this is an opportunity to cash in on the hype, so we're going to make a birthday cake flavored sandwich, which you can get in the meal deal. Now, I'm going to give Tesco one piece of credit here. Tesco gave 2 sandwiches per packet.
Oh, did they?
So for those that don't know, the M&S packet, you only get 1/2 of a sandwich when you get it. However, I have pre-cut this. I'm struggling to get it out of the Tupperware, but I have pre-cut this so we can all have our own.
Do you need a hand?
Quarter. I'm good. Okay, would you like to help yourself to a segment? You have to wait.
This actually looks amazing. I'm so excited.
It's got funfetti in it.
It's also got jam in it.
So this is a birthday cake flavored sandwich. You can get this in Tesco. Roscoe's doing a great job of showing what's going on. That's the label. Theo, the pod dog, is now very interested in what's going on. But we're all going to try it. I bought this from the shop. It's in the meal deal.
It's interesting that you said it looks like a dessert because M&S had like a lawsuit between whether it was sold as a dessert or a sandwich.
Because, well, I found out more on this. A cake you don't have to pay tax on a cake in the UK, but you have to obviously pay tax on sandwiches. So if they can prove that it is a cake, they don't have to pay tax on every sale. But
riddle me this: does that bread look yellow?
It does, because it's supposedly cake bread, so it is cake.
He's like, I ain't touching this.
It was cooked like a leg. Yeah, this looks American.
Yeah. No, this is some British barbecue shit.
Yeah, some grill. So I'm gonna give it a go, and we'll report back. But I'm already very heavily against this. 3, 2, 1.
There's never been better ASMR on this podcast, for sure.
That's so dead. I don't rate that at all.
The bread definitely is brioche.
I don't know.
It's like it is bread though.
It's like cream cheesy.
Yeah,
it's got like a tang, unless it's just been left out for a while.
No. It's been in the fridge. It's been fine. But it's got funfetti in it. It's got like sweet cream cheese, cheap jam. And it actually, this is way closer to being bread than the M&S one.
The sprinkles needed to be crunchy. They needed some more texture, but
They've gone soft in the cream cheese.
I'm also like, it's sweet bread, it's sweet jam, and it's sweet cream. Why would I dislike that?
Yeah, I'm not hating.
I'm like,
But like, would you buy one? But would you buy it?
now I've had it, probably not.
Okay. Would you buy it? If we're talking on its own, it's like £2.25. In the meal deal, it's now £3.85. Tesco put their meal
Are
deal
you
price up.
asking me in the context of buying a meal deal? Because when would I ever buy this?
Sweet meal.
Oh, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
But maybe
Would you buy it on its own?
No.
No. Well, then it's a lose-lose.
The meal deal, you get the sweet treat.
I've answered my own question.
Yeah.
The meal deal, you get the sweet with the.
Right.
Exactly.
Unless you got something savory as the snack to get this as your main course.
No.
But
No one's doing that.
If you serve that to me at your barbecue, I wouldn't be upset.
You'd be like, these fucking British people. They think this is a braai, and they're giving me a birthday cake flavour sandwich. But anyway, birthday cake flavoured things, and we've proven it here, have no place in society. They aren't a flavour. Either make a chocolate cake flavoured sandwich, or make a Victoria sponge, or even hit the nail on the head, red velvet sandwich with bang. If anyone wants that final quarter, you can have it. Guys, if you subscribe, we'll pick a subscriber this week and we'll send it to you in the post.
That'll be cool.
Now, what that brings us to is the last section of this podcast, which is the ROXD game. And it is my pleasure to host the game this time, which means that actually for the first time ever, we have a head-to-head.
This is exciting.
We have England versus South Africa. I kind of feel like we should be playing the national anthem before this, but we don't have enough time. You've got the shirt on, which says everything. So we're going to start off.
My track record is not looking good.
We're not going to have buzzer. You're going to be able to both say what you think in your own time.
Okay, cool.
Okay? It will be obvious very quickly if one of you is copying the other. So don't do that. So we're going to start off. Question 1. Listeners, please feel free to join in at home. Question 1. What are the units of VO2 max? Is it millimeters of oxygen per kilogram of body weight per minute? Is it milliliters of air per kilogram of body weight? Is it liters of oxygen per kilogram of body weight per second? Or is it millimeters cubed above zone 3 threshold per second?
Who gets to go first?
You can go first. You look quite confident.
Yeah, well, that's a facade for sure.
I definitely have my answer.
Okay, do you want to go?
I'll just steal it from you there. I would have said air.
Well, I just said A.
Okay, you
Oh,
both,
good.
you
Well,
both
you didn't good.
You are both correct. It is millimeters of oxygen per kilogram of
That
body
was
weight.
legit
per
my
minute.
reputation on the line. But like all of my clients
I
would
love
just leave me.
D, because D was just a engineering.
Yeah. it very quickly became an equation as I was writing it.
Something above zone 3, something.
In 1995, South Africa won the Rugby World Cup.
Correct.
Who was the captain of that rugby team? I'm going to hand this to Charles first.
Thank God. No, I know his name.
You know his name,
Of course.
obviously.
Yeah.
I, however, do not know his name.
Have you seen the film Invictus?
I haven't, no.
Oh, that's a shocker.
But let me
It's a good movie for tonight.
let me explain to you the person that I am envisaging.
Okay.
And as I explain, maybe his name will come to me.
You've got 20 seconds.
He's big. He's wearing a green shirt. He has blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Duplessis or something. That sounds...
Do you want to give the answer?
Well, I'm confusing myself now. I know his name, man. I want to say it, I don't want to get it wrong.
I'm thinking of current...
Francois Lowe. I mean, well,
Ooh.
it's not Francois Lowe, though.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's close.
No, because I know his name, man. I'm getting confused. With Francois Lowe.
A classic one. I'll give him the point because he said he knows it.
Yeah.
What's the answer?
It's Francois.
Francois. Nope.
Everyone back home.
It begins with P.
Pinot.
Yeah.
They're gonna shoot me back.
Francois
home.
Pinot.
What did I say?
That is 0 points to either of you. I'm afraid.
If anyone from South Africa listens,
However, this could play into your favor here, Charles. You're still 1-1.
how did that sound?
Roscoe, you're going to have to answer this question first. England 2003. They won the World Cup.
I already know it.
Who is the England captain
already
that
know it.
year?
He doesn't know it. Now you know how I felt.
Okay.
But let me explain the guy that I'm thinking.
Yeah. Go.
He's big.
Yeah, he is big. He's tall. He's
very
brunette.
He's what?
Brunette.
Yeah.
He's tall. It wasn't Johnny Wilkinson.
If it helps, I'll
No, it wasn't. That doesn't help. That was a weird flex.
Was he number 8?
No.
No.
Okay. He was number 4, 5.
You can go through all the numbers if you want. Charles, do you want to give the answer?
Martin Johnson.
It was Martin Johnson. It's currently 2-1.
That was big.
So
Okay.
Stephen Pienaar.
No.
That was big for the program.
Yeah, that's kind of
Okay. So the Olympics hasn't always featured the triathlon. In fact, the first triathlon appeared in which Olympic Games?
We get no options.
No options.
I was gonna say because it's every 4 years, so you got to work out.
Yeah.
Who's going first?
Does either one of you want to go first?
I have some ideas.
You technically have the advantage right now, so you should go first.
I think I'll go first, but I'm just saying I think I know the place.
I was
Okay.
going to say I have a place in mind, but I don't know the
Okay.
year.
Yeah, that's where I'm at as well.
I'm going to say 2000, Sydney.
Okay. What are you going for?
And I don't know if Sydney hosted it in 2000.
Was 2000 a year? Yeah, it was. So I'm gonna go.
It's definitely a
It
year.
was definitely a year.
I want to go Beijing.
You're going to go Beijing.
Wow.
Was that 2008?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was 2000 Sydney. Spot on. It's currently 3-1. Okay.
How'd you get that so spot on?
Okay, right.
I'm trying to play it cool.
Okay.
I'm so chuffed.
I'm gonna
I'm so chuffed.
I'm gonna give you multiple choice on this one. Okay, so the current full distance Ironman world record for a man is one of the following.
I'm gonna pull one back here.
Okay, do you know it?
Not that well, but I'll know it when you say it.
Okay,
Unless he's gone like really specific.
is it?
Yeah.
Is it 7 hours, 12 minutes, and 21 seconds?
I know the athlete as well.
Is it 7 hours, 20 minutes, and 21 seconds? Is it 7 hours, 28 minutes, and 7 seconds? Or is it 7 hours, 21 minutes, and 12 seconds?
That's a curveball, because that's 1 minute above B.
Charles has a rule with multiple choice.
The problem, don't tell him my rule. Don't tell him my rule. The problem is, I thought it was 8. I thought it started.
You thought it was
with
8?
Was it
yeah.
Christian Blumenfeld?
Sure.
I don't think it is because I thought he set the European.
Yeah, because there was a day where they actually set out to break the world record. Red Bull hosted the event.
Well, I'm
And
assuming
that's
it would have
the
been
event,
him.
yeah.
He's a freak, isn't he?
He is a freak. Yeah. He's just winning everything. It's Nice now in
Yeah.
20 days. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, wait, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. I didn't think that it was going to be lower than 720. So when you said 720 and 721, that threw me off because 712.
All of these times, by the way, are absurd.
Yeah, it was just a joke.
Yeah, but it's possible. I mean, the other day someone did a 726. So, that
Well, maybe C isn't the option.
I'll just go. Shit. Okay, I'll just go A.
Okay.
712 is possible.
712.
I'm going C.
You're going C.
Yeah.
So Charles's rule, by the way, if you don't know, is just always go C if in
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
Unfortunately, it was D. It is 7 hours, 21 minutes, and 12 seconds.
I should have known that.
Okay. So 0 points there. It's still 3-1. Okay. We've got 2 more questions.
Oh, it's all to play for.
Shit.
Okay. The flag known as Rainbow Nation. Well, that's always been referred to as on my research. For South Africa, the flag changed. It used to have the Union Jack on the flag in South Africa. But what year did it change?
You better be following this up with some British trivia.
Nope. I'm going to give you a number.
I'm not even
I'll be
getting
that.
it right, and I'm still that.
Do you want multiple choice?
I need multiple choice, but I've got an idea in my head.
Okay. 1972, 1994, 1983, or 2001?
Okay. You can go first again. As the South African.
1994.
I was also going for the 90s, so I had to go 94. But that just makes it look like I'm copying him now.
You're both correct.
Oh, perfect.
4-1. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the sporting thing, and we're going to say you've technically won, Charles, because at this point you can't
He
pull
can have
back
the
a
point.
4-1.
He can have the point.
Well,
Give him
this is
to give
4-2.
to give him credibility as a South African.
Yeah.
To give him
Okay,
some pride.
fair enough.
Hi, Stephen.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was not good.
it's 3-2.
Okay.
We'll make this last one all to play for.
Right.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay.
But everyone knows that I won.
What we will do, so which of the two countries, the United Kingdom and South Africa,
Yeah.
Royal South Africa, has the highest bungee jump spot?
South Africa.
That was confident.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you both agreeing on South Africa?
No.
Okay, you're going to say the UK.
No. I'm not agreeing yet.
Okay.
I just need some more time to process it because this feels. Was that all of the information you were giving?
Yep.
That feels like a trick question because in my head, immediately I'd go, for sure, it has to be South Africa.
Yeah.
But then I feel like it's just a trick question. And there has to be somewhere in the UK where it's like,
I feel like you just have to back your country.
If you can, I will give you a bonus point to each of you if you are right in the first place, but if you can also name where it is or how tall it is. I doubt you'll do that bit, but if you can name
Say
where it is.
where it is, like, are you talking country or province or place?
The actual place.
like place name.
You put this into maps and you'd rock up at the bungee.
Okay, that's made me think that it's more South Africa.
Okay.
But I can play it tactically now
You can.
because
Beautiful.
if we're all both wrong,
Mhm.
I don't like to play it safe though. I reckon I'm going with my gut. It's in the UK.
Okay. Any guesses as to where?
So, no, we only have to guess. So I got it right.
Yeah. Okay. And you sticking with South Africa?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
You're right with South Africa.
Oh,
The
lad.
name is it in it's by Plettenberg Bay. Hello.
Yeah, it's off a bridge.
Yeah.
The
You're
height.
gonna Google it.
No,
down.
it's by where I found this.
Oh, okay, right. So
He knew, man.
it's off a bridge. It's I've written it down, but my writing wasn't very good. It was like Blackensbridge. Well, I'll show you afterwards. But 216 meters is that bungee height. The highest in the UK is at Cheddar Gorge. And it's 122 meters, nearly half the height of the tallest in South
You
Africa.
wanted to say South Africa.
Yeah, I did.
So is that 3-all?
Well, technically speaking, we said it was all to play for on the last question, and you got it right, which means that you have taken the win.
No, it comes down to a swimming race.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of the Rocks game, and actually nicely brings us towards the end of the episode. It's been an absolute pleasure having you both here. And yeah, for you guys that are listening, where can they find the Diet Starts Monday podcast?
You can find it on Instagram and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Diet Starts Monday _pod on YouTube as well. Diet Starts Monday YouTube channel.
Sweet. For us, it's at mindsets _podcast. That goes for the same on YouTube, Mindsets Podcast. Where can they find you personally, Roscoe?
Richmond Park. Doing some laps.
But yeah, on socials,
Roscoe _Carter.
sweet. And we've got at Chucks _life _ I nail that every time. And then we've got at Angus Cook, all in one. Guys, thank you very, very much for listening. We're looking forward to doing more guest episodes. So let us know who you want us to have on. If you've got questions or things that have been grinding your gears, of course, let us know. And we will feel a dire need to bring them up so that we don't have to cancel ourselves every week. Yeah, anything from you, Roscoe?
No, thank you for having me. That was a pleasure. So much fun. You guys
Awesome.
are doing a good job there.
Anything from you, Charles?
No.
Amazing. In which case, I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.
With